Well, hello everyone. We were certainly glad to get this one over with. It's always tough when you're playing against family and relatives. And my son Gigi, I thought he did a fantastic job today of getting his kids, play hard, play the right way, play with intensity. And we had a tough time guarding them. We kind of hunkered down and played tougher defense and guarded the three better than we have all year long. I think that was a difference in the ball game, was our defensive intensity at that one stretch to get us back in the game in the first half, and then to kind of pull the game out. Any questions?
Tubby, how exciting was it for you to watch David Nickelberry in that second half kind of take over for a little bit and really sort of show a lot of his skill set there?
Yeah, he did. He's been, one of the things we really worked hard with David is, being more under control, being able to, because that's what he does best, is really pass the ball and learning to defend. That's something he has had to, and he's really grown in that area and has improved. Yeah, that's what he's capable of doing. Again, and when he can step up and make his free throws, he makes him even much more effective. You're right. That was a sequence in that part of the game where we needed another ball handler, somebody and he's at 6'7", 6'8". He can see over people. But yeah, I'm proud of him. Happy for him. I'm sure we'll have a Merry Christmas.
Coach, Jeremiah alluded to the fact that you mentioned you wanted to stay undefeated against your son. What exactly did you tell them about that? Oh,
I just told him about I've had to coach against my Gigi when he was a high school, when he was a player at Georgia. When I went to Kentucky, then I coached against and we beat them then, and then I coached against Brian, my youngest son, who played at Ole Miss. We beat them, and then coaching against Gigi as a head coach. So I did tell the team I want to stay undefeated against them. And I'm just going I didn't let them beat me in the backyard. I'm not going to let them beat us here in the arena.
Coach, 12 games in, what area this team has improved the most, in your view?
Oh, boy. Where have we improved the most? We took a step back in rebounding, and that's an area that concerns me, that they out-rebounded us. But I think the area that we've I don't know. We really have I think we've gotten better defensively. We really have guarded the defense, even though people are taking us off. And the game's changed. I mean, it's today. In the game today, you really can't. You can't be physical. They've kind of cleaned up the game there. And we put a lot of. We recruited some big guys. We think we can bang inside, but we're getting into situations where the best thing we do is adapting. I think this team is very versatile, and we have an ability to overcome and come back from adversity. So that's what I'm impressed with most about this team.
Coach, you already mentioned it, but you guys do really struggle containing guys off the dribble. How do you kind of fix that going into the conference play? Because teams are going to get better and better and better.
They're going to be more athletic. They're going to be quicker. But most teams in our league are a little more inside oriented. They're not quite as the teams we played against. Albany, Siena, Loyola, they have athletes that can really, that's what they do. That's their game. They take you off the shot fake and take you off the dribble. A lot of teams in that, play that way. And we feel like we can take people off the dribble. We got a bunch of layups too. So it's just the way the game has changed. We have to really, that's why you're seeing a lot more zones now. And we probably need to play more zone. That's something we'll probably going into the season, into conference play, is something we're probably going to work hard on over these next few days to get better in that area, because that's about the only remedy you have for stopping people off the dribble. It's very hard to stop people. You watch NBA, anything. I mean, that's where it's come from. All the one-on-one, beat you off the dribble. You just can't do it. You just can't guard people. I know. I wish the game was like this when I played. Really, I mean, because you could drive it to the basket. If they come near you, they're going to get fouled. You guys jump straight, they know how to draw fouls on you. It's just a total different game. and it's getting that way, and it's now in college. It's been like that in the NBA for a while, but now it's in college.
Coach, Rainier really came on in the second half, had his best game yet. What did you see from him personally today?
Well, what happens with most athletes or most players, and then just at every level, the frustration of not playing, or thinking that they are, that, hey, Coach, I can do these things. No, these are things you got to improve at this level, and he's done that. He's gone to the boards better. He's concentrated on defending better. Points. Everybody wants to see the name in the box score, getting points. I want to see him. He took the charge. Those are things that really don't show up on the. But that's what he's learned to do. See what I mean? To be more effective and help us. His points are important, and I'm glad you see him get a double-double. He played well, but 4 assists. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at his 2 steals. I'm looking at his 1 block. And the charge he took. Then he played excellent defense. Offensive rebound the ball, he got on. That's what you have to do. So yeah, he's improved in a lot of areas, and it's because he's just, people really have to come to believe that we're doing this for your better, for your good, and if you continue to work on in the areas we tell you to work on, you're going to be better, and you're going to get opportunities. It's like, and this has happened probably because, Jamario's hurt, so now David Nickelberry gets more opportunities, Rainier Thornton gets more opportunities, because Jamario was probably our most versatile guy. He was probably going to be going. He could play anywhere from 3 to 5, positions, and so so the opportunities, and that's what most players have to learn. Just be patient, and when the opportunity presents itself, like it did for Rainier. He stepped up. And teams are playing quicker. Like today, their front line wasn't very physical as far as heavy. Ours is, and that's why Mike has a tough time out there. Mike Parks. So now we have to go quicker. So the matchups, and that's what he gives to us, and that's what we learn.
Tubby, we've asked you about this a lot, and Jeremiah was in here saying, he thinks maybe at the start of games you guys are playing down to the competition a little bit. Mm-hmm. What with these starts, how frustrating is it that it seems to keep cropping up, and do you feel like, it feels like with the competition getting better, you're not going to be able to survive some of these.
You're right about that, but so I'm more concerned about the outcome of the game, but I'd like to see us play better early, and we're trying, but I think guys are trying to do things that they're not. It's like Mike, he got the ball, and we don't even teach dribble, back the guy down. We don't teach that. So, so it tells me you're trying to do something that we didn't tell you to do. So that's why now everybody starts holding the ball and not passing it. That's exactly what's happening. And so you play right into their hands, turning it over 5 times, 6 times in the first half, turning it over 4 out of the first 6 possessions in the game before. And that's because guys are not screening, not executing the basic fundamentals.
Coach, Jeremiah and David say they go head up and play against each other and practice a lot, and they couldn't figure it out. Who wins in the game of one-on-one between those two? Or do you see any of those battles?
I've never seen him play one-on-one. So I don't know. I'm sure that Jeremiah would beat him. So.
Any other questions?
What's the latest on Jamario, and when do you expect him back? Do you expect him back for conference play, or do you think it's going to be a little longer?
I hope so. He's been, yesterday we thought he'd be better, but he's, when he starts jumping around, his head is still, so it's different for every athlete and every person. So his probably just taking a little bit longer based on what Brad Anderson and the neurologist are saying. He just needs more time. So he'll be, pardon me? Yeah, well, he said headaches, headaches, so. Merry Christmas, everyone.